Good morning, everybody, and welcome to today's restaurant networking group. Today is August the 8th, 2025 at 11 a.m. My name is Howard Appel. I'm the founder and publisher of the digital newspaper Today's Restaurant. And everybody here is a supplier in the restaurant industry, and we're all here trying to help each other grow our business and to help any restaurant owner, manager, or chef with any problems they might have. And if you would like to join us at the meeting, or give us a call, ask a question, give us use our direct line at 561-620-8888, or go to our website at trnusa.com and check out our YouTube channel. We are approaching 500 videos, and you can access that through our website at trnusa.com. And at the top of the page, you'll a link that will take you right to it. So good morning, everybody. And today we're going to try something a little bit different. When we do our intros, I would like to ask you to tell us if you're using AI in your daily work and how it impacts what you do, and maybe give us some tips, because if we're not using AI in our business, we're falling behind. Before we came on the air this morning, I did a search on Copilot and asked how a restaurant can use AI. And I got 3 pages of information. So we can talk about that after our intro. Let's do the intros first. Randy, why don't you start us off?
Hey, good morning, everybody. Randy Pumputis here with Heartland Payroll. No, I do not use AI. I know I'm behind. I'm still a pen and paper guy, but my company is using it. They actually invested quite a bit of money into the AI platform, so guess I'll need to catch up on that. Heartland Payroll, we're a Fortune 500 payroll company, and we handle everything employee related. Startup companies, small mom and pops, multiple locations, a lot of people moving into the state. So a lot of them are just learning the rules and regulations of Florida, which we help with. And of course, the franchise groups, which continues to grow. We just added a new franchise brand last week. That's why I was not on the call. Not restaurant oriented. It's a mobile tent business. So see how we can work it in with you folks. I can be reached at 585-622-2993. Next week is the FRLA Summit in Lauderdale at the Guitar Hotel. I might have a couple guest passes, so if you're interested, just hit me up, and you can be a guest of Heartland.
Okay, thank you. Steve, good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Steve Geller, Leasing Solutions, Palisades, New York. I don't directly use AI, but I know a lot of lenders in the industry are starting to utilize it. I'll be at industry conference in the fall and listen to some AI presentations, see what it can do for me. I'm in the commercial finance business, principally equipment finance, all size transactions nationwide, $5,000 to $1 million plus, all credit criteria. A lot of different lenders. My phone number is 845-362-6106. Thank you.
Thank you. Chris, good morning.
Good morning. So I use AI more and more and more every day as part of what I do for strategic. I'm the analyst and number cruncher and report generator for all our clients. AI has actually helped me take what used to be days of research and cut it down to a couple of hours in terms of tracking what's going on in the world of commodities and specific products. And I track 109 commodities and products using AI now. And it has sped things up. I also use it in my other business. I actually had it write a 16-page software integration plan for my consulting clients, Solar Alternatives in New Orleans, how to integrate Salesforce, QuickForce, Kickserve, Buildertrend, and at least one other piece of software, including which way the software, the data should flow. I mean, so yeah, and it's just tip of the iceberg. So I would encourage everybody to use AI as much as you can. It definitely speeds things up. I use it to help generate content for blog writing for strategic supply chains. Although I have to correct it because AI for some reason disagrees with our core business model. It tells everybody to go spreadsheet buy every day. And our whole job is to get people to stop spreadsheet buying because that's how you save money. And so what strategic supply chain does to finish up with AI and talk about what we do, we work with small to mid-market restaurant companies to reduce their purchasing costs, basically by getting them into what's called a master distribution agreement with a major distributor. You're automatically going to get better pricing if you're under a contract or agreement. We get them incentive payments to get started signed up with a distributor. We hook them up with whichever one of the GPOs out there makes the most sense for their business. We negotiate manufacturer direct prices for them and typically save between 8 and 15% for our clients when we move them to a more sophisticated purchasing program. We have a really good referral program. Anybody refers a client to us, we'll pay them 10% of what we make for the life of a contract with a distributor. We're 100% contingency based, meaning we only get paid if we find savings, but we have never not found savings. So again, strategic supply chain. I do want to mention one other thing. We're now partnering with a company called LLH Healthcare, which I met in Birmingham, Alabama. Anybody who wants to save on payroll taxes and put money back in their employees' pockets, Randy's shaking his head because we did a call yesterday with LLH. Heartland's about to start with them. Again, it's a payroll tax savings for the company on every employee they employ, and it's tax savings for the employee as well with significantly enhanced access to and different types of medical services, including prescription drugs, things of that nature. It's a fantastic program. We love it. And we're helping connect LLH with people in our industry. So give us a call if you're interested in that. 985-778-1515 or chris.rodrigue, RODRIGUE at ssc.partners.
Last week at the 9 o'clock meeting, before our internet went out, we had a discussion. The topic of the discussion, which we can do here today as well, is how to tariff-proof your business. And again, I went on AI and got an article about it. And one of the things that they recommended was to audit your supply chain. And I immediately thought of strategic supply chain. Absolutely. And I mentioned it to the group.
Howard, here's the deal. If you're a local restaurateur, your audit's only going to take you so far. When you talk to somebody like Strategic, we have access to all the distributors, all the GPOs, all the manufacturers, and we have real-time data from all the clients we're working with. So we can see what's going on across the country, not just with your particular area. And that's the reason that unless you're a really, really big company and can employ a team to handle your supply chain and procurement, having somebody like us, and we're not the only ones who do it. We think they're pretty good. Chris Pumo, who I think is still on your 9 o'clock call, thinks we do a fabulous job. But yeah, you have to do that. But you have to also be willing to look at it as a market basket approach, meaning if you're trying to cherry pick and find the lowest price on every single product, there's a diminishing return on that effort versus just get your overall cost of goods down, which is what we do for
every restaurant who's being affected by rising costs and tariffs should be on the phone to you. No question about it.
Thanks for
Let's go to Ben.
Hi. As far as AI, I use it every day, all day, instead of Google for a lot of things. So I would highly recommend it. I have a program that's from Google called Gemini, which is like a chat GPT, but I use it for every aspect of the advertising business. And I would highly recommend people getting into it and seeing how it works and play around with it. It's unbelievable. It's like it's just terrific. That's all I can say. And you want me to tell about what I do?
Yes, yes.
Okay. I am in the advertising marketing business. We have a variety of clients from porta potty companies to heart and lung transplant surgeons. But my background is restaurants, and I've owned and operated 50 restaurants and I was a franchisor and a franchisee. And so part of our focus, if not 60%, is on restaurant marketing. And we have clients throughout the country. And I'll pay everybody $1,000 for anybody who gives me a lead that turns into a client. That's my story. I'm sticking to it.
How do we reach you?
301-801-5476 or ben@zivzo.com.
Okay, thank you. John Bond, good morning.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday. We are the manufacturer of the bun string tying machines, been around for over 100 years. We still produce over about 1,500 different variations to meet so many different applications. It's not just boxes and printed materials. We actually can secure the box for delivery foods because delivery drivers admit to eating, 80% of them admit to eating the food they deliver. It's pretty bad. Stickers don't work, so we can secure it with a knot that cannot be duplicated by hand. As far as AI, I'm trying to learn it, trying to understand it. In the manufacturing side, we've got different softwares, but we're trying to learn and trying to figure it out, and hopefully we'll get closer to it. You can reach us at info@buntyco.com, 1-800-222-BUN, or visit our website, buntyco.com.
You know, as far as using AI, I just like over the last week or so, I found out that if you go on AI, which is I'm using Copilot for this, they will actually, if you put in a subject, they'll give you back a picture, a photograph. Yeah. It's great. I mean, if you're doing a story on chef's coats, I think for Terry, just put that in and they come up with a picture of a chef wearing a chef coat.
Can I give you a quick example of AI, Howard?
Yeah.
So my wife and I are building a house. She's trying to figure out paint colors. I decided to go on Copilot, told it the style house we're building, down to like what kind of wood floors, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. It spit out 8 pages of recommendations for paint combinations with links to Benjamin Moore and
Oh my God.
Sherwin-Williams, including color samples. It was the most amazing thing I've ever. And what you have to learn how to do with AI is you have to keep prompting it to go deeper to get to what you want to. But this thing, if you're in the design business, you're in trouble because AI can do a pretty good job for a lot less than what a designer is going to charge. But it even gave us, here's some examples of what the rooms are going to look like.
Wow.
I couldn't believe it. Could not believe it. She didn't pick any of those colors, but anyway, it was a fun exercise.
Example. I want to see
Can I mention about the colors? Keep in mind that your everybody's computer screen is different. So if you're looking at a color on a computer screen, it may not be exactly what the color is.
Totally get that, Terry. She has every paint sample known to mankind on a dining room table. So she researched everyone and pulled them out and showed them here's what they are. So we looked at them on the actual Sherwin-Williams. But it's amazing what AI can do. But it's multiple questions and multiple prompts to guide it where you want to go. If you just ask a question, it's going to be all over the place. So I'm sure Jordan could back me up on that.
Chris, I got to tell you, I did the same thing, and I'm designing a house as well. And I came up with the same type of stuff that you're coming up with. But whatever you do, take a good look at like all the dimensions and everything of it, because even though the dimensions add up, the room size, like the room sizes, don't work. They don't function with less necessarily architectural standards. Like for instance, a carpet roll comes 12 feet wide, and they're going like 13 feet 6 or something, and they put seams
Yeah.
in the weirdest places. So just be careful with that, because
Well,
yeah.
I get you. Fortunately, all we were looking for were colors, so I didn't have to give it dimensions and everything.
Okay.
But the funniest thing is the damn thing actually started off with a paragraph complimenting what we were building.
Wow.
They suck
Oh, your
you
house
in.
sounds amazing, and because it's an old French colonial Louisiana plantation style, which nobody builds here.
Oh, I love.
And
Oh my gosh.
120-year-old reclaimed floors, blah blah blah. Anyway, it's all my wife's idea.
That's
Don't
why
forget,
that's why they call Pantone colors and things like that. So that way you can actually
Yes.
get the right thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think
Yeah.
like Home Depot and Lowe's, and they call it something a little bit different. But yeah.
Yes,
The
I
bench
got you.
pane is wonderful. That's what we used on the outside. It can't be. It has a sealant in it that you can get, and it'll seal against everything. Wonderful. Wow. Congratulations, by the way, Chris.
Let's go to
It's our vision.
let's go to an AI user, I believe. Fred, you use AI in your work, don't you?
I do quite a bit, actually. I'm Fred Bean, founder and CEO of Hotelport. Even though hotel is in the name, we work quite extensively with restaurants and have rolled out some solutions specifically for them, including content verification services, where we take their source data and help them facilitate audits and update their information across third-party channels. And we are using AI for some of that, but we have also launched some AI voice and chat services as well that allows restaurants to utilize the AI to answer the phone, respond to questions. They can also do that via text as well. We're currently also piloting that for the visitor center in Miami Beach. And I'll put the phone number in the chat if you guys want to play with it. One of the things about AI, of course, is that it's only as good as the data that it's sourcing. And so one of the things that we're learning a lot is that content is still going to be king for all of these businesses that are using AI. And if their content's out of date, the information that the AI is going to be pushing is going to be outdated or incorrect to consumers. So while it's getting better, and I do, suggest that everybody use it, you also have to make sure that the source data that the information's pulling from is up to date and accurate, especially if you're using it from a business perspective. And that's what we've been impressing upon hotels, restaurants, and spas, because believe it or not, a lot of their content is an absolute mess. And so there's a lot of challenges there. I can be reached at www.hotelport.co or fred.bean@hotelport.co, and I'll also put my LinkedIn in the chat.
Is it not true that AI is still in its infancy because it's still learning what we're putting into it?
Yeah, well, and that's why it's important that even though you use AI, which I do a lot, I use it to edit my articles. I even use it to do sort of like if I'm going to be on a panel or something like that, I'll use it for prep for the panels, which actually works really, really good for. But if you don't at least know something about the source material that you're using the AI for, it's going to get you in a little bit of trouble. And we're already starting to see that a lot with the way that people have been using it.
I understand that there's a program that schools are using now where they can tell whether a student has used AI to write the term paper or not.
They think so. We'll see.
All right, let's go to Terry Ark.
Thank you for letting me go after Fred, because I was actually thinking about a lot of the different things that he was stating about where you get your source information from, because I was actually talking with an attorney the other day who said that he got a referral from another attorney. They put together a contract and they used AI. Well, he said it was so messed up that it was literally a contract. So yes, AI has its place, but also, that personal touch is important, which I am involved with. So I'm Terry with Creative Business Impressions. I've been in the promotional products industry now for 22 years. I have my own business since 2018, and I can provide anything that you can possibly think of that you want to put your company logo on. I'm helping to build franchises. If you have a franchise network, we can set up a website for purchasing for any type of item that is needed. I want to show real quick today, just an example. This is a kit of different items that, hopefully this will show, different items that can be included in, that are included in this kit. If any restaurant wants, there's some cups with caps, there's some napkins, all kinds of different things that can be included in a kit. If any restaurant is watching today and you want a kit of some ideas of different things that can be sent to you, please email me at terry.arke@outlook.com.
Okay, thank you. Terry Lena.
Happy Friday, everyone. Yeah, our company, we started using Copilot, but before they started using Copilot, I've been using ChatGPT. I use it a lot for, refreshing my email responses, doing PowerPoints and things like that. I've been using it, honestly, quite a lot, even in like personal things, just looking things up, when I want to try and find information instead of going on Google. So I'm Terry Lena. I work for Workwear Outfitters. We manufacture innovative workwear apparel from the front of the house to the back of the house. You can reach me at 317-385-2539. Thank you.
Thank you. Now we'll go to Jordan. I know he uses AI. That's Mr. AI.
Hey everyone, my name is Jordan. I am currently a product manager at Spot On Point of Sale. Prior to Spot On, I was the co-founder of a software company called Starfish, which uses AI to help restaurants better understand their costs and lower their costs. We recently got acquired by Spot On, and here I am. It's funny because obviously I use AI a ton every single day. But I kind of agree with Chris. Like, if you're not using AI today, the best place you can start is your personal life. My wife made a decision that she wanted to get smart air conditioning things. So I said, I can install them. The idea that I could find like a C wire versus the green, yellow, well, I was crazy. But all I did was take pictures. I use Claude, add them to Claude. Claude asks a bunch of questions. Instead of paying someone a few $100s, I can do it in an hour and a half. I always say best place to start using AI is at home for your personal life. In terms of how do I use AI at work, every single time I have an idea, I go into a tool like Bolt and I put in a prompt and it builds me a wireframe. Every time I need documentation, I go to my Claude project and I have everything saved there and I type in what I need and it spits out a whole document for me. So for me, I would say I use AI in 3 places. Number 1, my personal life at home. Number 2, every time I have an idea, instead of just going to a developer, I build a wireframe. It takes me 20 minutes. Really easy. Again, there's that. And through that, you can do Bolt, Replit, Vercel. There's a bunch of these vibe coding tools. And then third and finally, I would say, using AI for any time you need to write a document, a long email, a memo. If you give it the right context and you prompt it correctly, it can do amazing things. The final tip I'll give is it doesn't matter if you use ChatGPT or Claude, build what's called either a Claude project or a GPT. This way it knows everything about you and your business. It saves you a tremendous amount of time. I can be reached anytime. My cell phone is 914-844-5775. My email is jordan.silverman@spoton.com. I'm always happy to chat AI anytime.
Thank you. Let's go to Peter. Good morning.
Good morning, everyone. Peter Worth from Vector Security, one of the leader providers of security in the nation. We help out, businesses like restaurants, construction, new homes, residential and commercial. My cell phone number is 350-423-4238. My email is pewurth@vectorsecurity.com, and I will put my information on the chat. Oh, and I do use AI. I use it for marketing, and I also use it for, to look up, when I have to do some research, but I also verify it. Now, our company, we're only allowed to use Copilot and Jasper.
Yeah, there's so many different platforms out there. That's interesting to find out from folks who use it. What are the aspects of that particular platform that you can do with it the other ones don't?
I'm just afraid of, one of these days Terminator's going to come alive.
Amen.
It's true. Azalea, good morning.
Good morning, guys. I feel like we're in AI Anonymous. My name is Asalia, and I use AI. So what I use it for is I use ChatGPT, and kind of like what Fred was saying, for me it's fluff. So I say I got a new restaurant on North Federal Highway, 1,200 square feet, 7,500 rent. Sell this to me in a paragraph, and it adds like the fluff. But if I don't put the right stuff in there, it doesn't do it. And this week I used it for like a email blast on a restaurant that I'm selling. And it's funny. I was like, thank you. And it said, good luck, Asalia. Good luck with the sale, Asalia. Let me know if I can put it in a constant contact format or if there's anything else you can do. I was like, oh my God, I'm getting friendly with this robot. But and it like understands, and it's like giving me back feedback. But I'm worried. I don't rely on it too much because I feel like even writing descriptions for the restaurants that I get, I feel like I'm not doing I used to do an excellent job without it. And now I'm like, let me see what ChatGPT has to say. And I feel like I'm getting to the point where like I don't trust my own judgment of writing my own descriptions. And I'm scared of like what's gonna happen. So I do it, but I'm very like cautious because then I'm gonna stop counting on my own abilities and I'm gonna rely on like what does the robot say? And then one day they're gonna be like, oh, you want to know what the robot says? $150 a prompt. Like I don't know where this is going, and I don't like the not relying on myself part. But I'm a business broker and commercial realtor in South Florida, and my number is 786-457-2796. Okay, I took pictures.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Howard, if I may, does everybody remember the movie Wall-E?
Oh
Yep.
yeah, it was so cute.
That's where we're headed.
I'm sorry, what was the name?
Eventually it'll come back around to be back at Earth.
I'm sorry, what was the name of the movie?
I'm thinking more of the movie Idiocracy. It's becoming more and more of a documentary.
Yeah, we're already there.
Idiocracy has been a documentary for a good 10
Yeah.
years.
And then
Yeah.
what about War Games?
What about Johnny number 5?
Right.
Well, they just announced that they built that robot that can go into liquid and then rebuild itself. So I think we're in Terminator as well. So every bad thing that was AI, it's like these developers watched those movies and thought, hey, this looks like a good idea. Let's give it a shot.
So we're already on the T-1000? Uh-oh.
If that's true, it can go into liquid and rebuild itself. That's not
Is
true.
that really true?
No.
It was an article that was released. So
That's what
we'll
AI
see.
does.
We'll see.
Until they don't have to keep them plugged in to recharge them, I still think we have an advantage.
There's a company in Miami called Skynet already, so.
Oh my God. So anyway, to Azalea's point about, so I found what the AI wrote about the house. This is hysterical. Chris, your home sounds absolutely stunning, like a love letter to Southern architecture with timeless elegance and modern comfort. With reclaimed Louisiana pine floors, soaring ceilings, and abundant natural light, you've got the perfect canvas for a palette that honors tradition while feeling fresh and refined. Here's a room-by-room breakdown tailored to your new old house style. That is what AI did to start this 16-page recommendation on paint colors. So yeah, it's kind of like having a relationship with a robot. So I'm like, you got to be kidding me.
It's coming.
So,
It's coming. Jeff, good morning.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. This is Jeff from Plastridge Insurance. We're a 106-year-old privately held company based out of Delray Beach. I specialize in hospitality insurance. We work with over 500 restaurants, mostly in Florida, but nationwide, anywhere from the build-out phase to the operating policies. And yeah, the AI question is, I guess it's kind of funny when you mentioned, that you're scared of the future, but yet here we are using it in our everyday lives. I use it pretty much every day at work. Same thing that like Azalea said, prompting marketing emails for prospects or just emails to clients in general. I use it as like a tool, as a outline for emails. And then also as a search bar for questions. I find it quicker than Google. So,
yep.
Yeah, it's great. I usually use Grok or ChatGPT, but I know there's other ones out there. So if anyone has any recommendations, I'd love to hear them.
Okay.
Oh, and you can reach me at jwells@plastridge.com or 310-625-3390.
Hey, Mr. Marinek.
Yes, I'm using AI just basically to get out of trouble with my wife, and that's pretty good. And it doesn't always work, but you know what? It takes the edges off. So no, I'm just teasing. Anyway, the design side of it, I found that AI is missing a lot when it comes to the food service design. And when it comes to automation, it's picking up pretty good. If I'm building something and we're doing, let's say, an automated line, and I'm running into some problems mechanically, it's really good at solving those kind of problems. When it comes to the restaurants, it doesn't know the code so well. It doesn't know or understand spacing, things like that. I'm sure that it'll get better as time goes on. But also operationally, it can't think operational side of it. Even though it can put it on paper, it doesn't function that way in reality. So we're seeing a lot of problems when it comes to, let's say, the food service design side using AI. Even though it can give you great ideas, it just doesn't pull it off. And as you know, we do design for restaurants and consulting. If you need a place designed, where are people to call? 954-817-1183.
Well, here's the question. Maybe I'm missing it, but how does AI acquire the information that you need specifically to design a kitchen?
I don't know where it comes from, but I've tried it about 6 or 7 times, and I use it with I used it with my son, who is in advertising, and he uses it all the time. And he helped me narrow it down and try to figure out how to get it to do a design. And it can't, it gets it from different sources out there, but maybe other people's designs that they have online or something. I don't know.
Well, you do have to train it yourself a little bit with your own data. One of the things that we've learned as we've been implementing this for restaurants and hotels for guest reviews and responses, everybody's got their own terminology and language and the way that they want to at least convey information. And so we spend usually about the first 30 days of training it by feeding it information, whether it's documents or communications and other things from the client and how they're communicating in either internally or with others. And that seems to help. But you're absolutely right. You still have to stay on top of it because it's not going to be perfect. But training it is definitely helpful in updating the memory.
Yeah, what I find is, like, for instance, I used it to just do a simple buffet line, and it left out a lot of items, a lot of little operational items. If you talk about a 5-star restaurant, it's different than a 3-star, resort, different things like that. And they just don't it just doesn't quite understand it. But again, the best is to get an answer from my wife if she asks a question right on the money. So,
All right, let's go
So
to Dyson.
can I ask
Happy
a
birthday,
question?
Dyson. Oh, sorry, Terry. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I just want to ask a question because it's my understanding that AI is just pulling information that's in the internet. So the more, and please correct me if I'm wrong, the more of the same information that goes into it is going to be no different than Google. You're going to be at the top, and that information is going to be showing first. Yeah, but it's also still obviously in, growth stages. Am I correct?
Well, there's the internet that it uses. There's also other subcategory type information. Lots of companies are investing into the intelligence that you can receive. So it comes from many, many, many sources. The internet's just one of those sources. And there's reasoning to that, right? Because if you're a home builder, for instance, Lennar or one of them want to be in front of you, to claim that that's where you're getting your information. If you ever notice, like on AI, when you ask certain pieces of information, there's always a footer when it's sourcing or where it's sourcing that data from. And that footer, excuse me, is usually like a live link back to that organization or back to that article or back to the scripts, whatever it is. So yeah, it is internet, it is exterior information, it's volumes of data that's been uploaded into its intelligence, it's machine learned, it's a lot of different sources.
Yeah, and if you have your own data, like I just put our demo in the chat, we're plugged in specifically to an API that was provided by the city, well, the Miami Beach Visitors and Convention Authority, which isn't necessarily a great thing because, again, their data is outdated. So depending upon how you're implementing it, you can also choose the data sources that you're utilizing.
Good job.
All right, Dyson, you're up.
Hey man, happy birthday, everyone, from the birthday guy. I wanted to shout out that we reached our very first Miami restaurant. They signed with us. It's called Bar Tulio's. They will be launching the 15th of this month, so that's awesome. That's our first in Miami. We're on a growth stage right now to literally just encompass the entire state of Florida. We've got over 28 million people in our database now nationally, that we have their birth date, their social media footprint, their mobile number, all kinds of data that allows us to reach new customers for restaurateurs, auto shops, spas, and service-based organizations. We, in fact, definitely use AI on a daily basis, just like Jordan. It's a very heavy piece, and Fred, very heavy piece of our business model. It helps us do a lot of different things. One is, we all talk the way that we talk, but we don't talk somebody else's language. So AI helps us do that. The other thing that it really helps us do is big work on our own artificial intelligence platform, where we get APIs to talk smarter and better with our solution and our platform. And then more importantly, our goal is to become a household brand internationally over the next 10 years. And to do that, we just keep on feeding it our life experience on a daily basis. There's almost 10 of us now that work at the Birthday Club, and all of us are keying in information about our daily insight, our daily work, our daily subjects, and then at the end of the week, we all sit down and review that content, and we keep it in our own team's GPT. We have our own GPT agent that we created. Its name is Skippy, my alter ego. And we also use Copilot. Copilot has become instrumental to us because we are a Microsoft shop, not necessarily for a development platform, but more on the way that we communicate outwardly. So it really does help bring all that information toward us. It helps us make sense of our analytics from Google. It really helps us make sense on the way that our patrons respond to our gifting and our platform, our incentives and appreciation services. So it's really, helped us amazingly. What would have taken us probably a year has only taken us less than a month to do. And when we're talking about conversations and mentalities and stuff like that. So that's how we use ChatGPT. Again, Dyson with the birthday club, we put butts in your seats with gifts, meals, and deals to local consumers. You can reach me at 352-565-4307 or Dyson at jointhebirthdayclub.com. By the way, real quick shout out, Terry, I did send you my packet. Hopefully you got it.
I got it. I've stapled my business cards to it along with the other cards that I've gotten, and
Nice.
goes where I go. So
Fantastic. What'd you think of it? Good stuff? Bad stuff? Okay.
no, I love the flyers much better than the business cards, because people seem to, when they get them in their hand, they are more in tune. Everybody hands out cards, but when you have a flyer, when you have a brochure, they want to look at that, and that
Absolutely.
page says everything. So yeah, that's very dynamic, and I do appreciate that you sent that. So
High
thank
five,
you.
sister.
Hopefully
You're
you get
welcome.
butts in people's seats for them.
That's right.
Tyson, if you have a second after the meeting, hang around, okay?
Absolutely.
It's got a question to ask you. Not
sure.
Let's go to TRN Terry.
Well, I have a very strange question for AI. All of you seem to use. Now, I'm gonna be the first to admit I do not, and for the very reason of the liquid revising into Arnold Schwarzenegger. However, I don't really need it. My question to everybody here, when Howard will sit his phone down and he says something to one of us, we're in a conversation in a group of people, the phone will say, and I quote, "I'm sorry, I did not understand that. Could you repeat it?" So your cell phones, and I checked into this online, your cell phones, it's not technically AI, well, it is listening to everything you say. You lay that phone down next to you and you plug it in when you're going to sleep, or you plug it in when you're working, that phone can hear every single thing you say. Does anybody have anything to say about that? And that is disturbing. I'm getting to the point where I'm going to turn off.
Well, your phones are always listening. You can actually disable that, and they're always sending feedback. For example, if you have an Android, when you're setting up your Android, it actually tells you if you want to submit feedback and whatnot. The same thing with the iPhone, but you can go under the settings and you can disable that feature. It's designed to cater you. So if you're looking at, let's say, if you're looking at Ethan Allen for furniture, or you're interested in a sofa, the phone will start, and you'll start to see things on the search engines and stuff like that. But yeah, that's something that you have to. There's a couple of videos online where they show you how to disable your phone from listening to and sending feedback.
Yeah, and what is it called in the settings?
But Howard has
it's if you have an Android, you have to go under the Google part. I know I did it a while back, but it's let me see, because I have both phones.
Mine is
there's a Galaxy AI.
That's a perfect example of what AI can do for you. Just ask the question; they'll give you step-by-step directions.
But we weren't. We didn't say Siri find or Google say or
So, what do you have, an iPhone or an Android?
My disabled. I did it. Howard has an Android and his does it all the time.
I think you have to go under security and privacy, but there's this guy online that tells you, and some of the I think is on Android, you have to go under developer options. So if Howard goes and does and searches for Android developer options, there's a couple of guys online that teach you how to do that and how to disable certain things, and also how to make your phone faster. And that's the same thing with the iPhone.
It's
Thank
ACR.
Okay, perfect.
The technology is called ACR, automated content recognition, but it is really just an advertising thing. Because we'd worked on a project a few years back where the idea was if you're watching a television show or a movie or whatever, and there are products that are being placed within it, then when you go to your phone and you start typing something in, you'll get the, you know how you get the autocomplete where it
Yeah.
types the search in for you? That was
Yeah.
kind of the objective as to where that stuff was going. But you also realize that our telephones are also taking pictures of us every 5 seconds as well, at least for the iPhones. I don't know if Android does the same thing.
Really? Then this thing is going in the garbage.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Not only that, it's the same as typing something into Google or Google Chrome or whatever your Firefox, whatever your search engine is. And then you notice on your home screen where the World War IIIs are happening, you also see the product that you just searched for with 100 places to get it. So it does know no matter what. I was just concerned about the phone situation. It seemed a little bizarre, but with your explanation, I'll go ahead and take care of his. Thank you.
I would say that is scary. I agree with you 100%, Terry, because that is scary. Because just like somebody can hack into your phone, that means they can hack into everything that you're saying in your home.
Well, Google got in trouble not long ago. I think it's still going on. The one other thing, if you do in private browsing, they were still collecting information. There's a class action lawsuit, and then Apple, the same thing. Even if you have a Ring camera, they were actually collecting the information. They were selling it. Like the Ring products.
Ring camera. Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Yep, that's what I tell people. There's a couple of articles. That's why I don't trust that. For example, where I work, we don't share information. Everything stays private. Because again, at the end of the day, we're a security company. We don't gain anything by selling your information. And we protect our customers' privacy. But Ring, it's an Amazon product, so they're going to use your information. They're going to sell it, and that's it. And that's it. As I said, they got in trouble.
Wow, and I have to use it I buy everything on Amazon. But thank you for that. Very informational. Thank you, and I will handle his phone later. Thanks.
I'm just looking on the phone. It says you can disable ACR on your smart TV.
Oh,
You're going to get targeted commercials.
Well, okay. Well, that's confusing. Okay.
All right. We've come to the end of the meeting. Very informative. I think that some of the folks who are intimately involved with AI, and some of us are not, but for the ones that are, it would be nice if something new pops up during the week, bring it to our attention every once in a while so that we can all learn from you. And that would be great.
And Howard, I want to add that 2 of our members said that they use AI, but the wife still has the final call. So I are still reading AI as of today, as of August 7th, okay? Or 8th, whatever we are.
I call mine Terry.
Azalea, I love you.
All right. We'll see you all next week. Have a great weekend.
Thanks, guys.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Take care, everyone.